Welcome to Enter Recap. Get ready for clear explanations and deep dives into your favorite films. We see Milo Stanfield, who has autism spectrum disorder, standing on a New Jersey street. He watches a woman in a flower shop while calculating the timing of various events around him. Milo observes a bus approaching, a pothole, a street artist, and a speeding cyclist. He crosses the street and places a pen on a mailbox next to the pothole. His plan triggers a chain reaction. A taxi drives over the pothole, causing water to splash on the pen, which then falls. The street artist notices the pen and bends down to pick it up. At the same time, the speeding cyclist crashes into the artist, sending him into the mailbox and onto a fruit stand. The resulting chaos captures everyone's attention, including the bus driver. Distracted, the driver misses the red light and hits the woman crossing the road from the flower shop, killing her instantly. Milo watches from a distance, satisfied as his plan unfolds flawlessly, and then walks away from the scene. The scene then cuts to FBI Special Agent Olivia Dunham, who works for the Fringe Division of Homeland Security, specializing in paranormal phenomena. Olivia appears to be returning to work after a long absence due to a head injury. Upon entering the Fringe headquarters, she is greeted by her fellow officer, Charlie, who is the team supervisor. Meanwhile, the chief of the agency, Nate Bishop, is discussing Olivia's return with lab assistant Philip Broyles. Philip expresses concern that the Olivia they have is actually a doppelganger named Foxlivia and questions if they can integrate an imposter into their team. It is revealed that the Olivia in the office is not the real one but an imposter meant to replace the original. Nate explains his motivation for keeping Foxlivia in this universe and implanting the real Olivia's memories into her. He asserts that Foxlivia is the only one who can travel between universes without harm and aims to understand how she does so. Nate plans to make Foxlivia believe she belongs here, but if her new identity fails, she will no longer be necessary. Afterward, Charlie briefs the team on the seemingly random bus accident, which he claims to have happened twice this week, with the victim dying in each case. He then advises his crew to be cautious before heading to the site investigation. A short while later, the FBI team arrives at the accident site and splits up to search for any leads or clues. The investigation is led by another FBI agent named Lincoln Lee, whose face is marred by burn marks. Charlie inspects the body and retrieves her fingerprint to gather further details, discovering that the deceased woman's name is Julian Foster. Meanwhile, Olivia questions the bus driver, who is visibly shaken by the incident as he has never hit any birds or animals before. Simultaneously, Agent Lee tests for any environmental factors but finds nothing. However, he does discover the same ballpoint pen at the scene. After speaking with eyewitnesses, Olivia approaches Agent Lee and explains that the local artist had bent down to pick up the pen, colliding with the bicycle rider and falling into the fruit stand. Upon hearing this, Agent Lee speculates that the pen is the key element that triggered a series of reactions, ultimately leading to the victim's death. At Fringe headquarters, Agent Lee and Charlie are investigating the bus accidents that occurred over the past 2 days. Agent Lee notices a ballpoint pen in the photo from the first accident, suggesting a deliberate pattern. They consult Acc𝔦dent, a mathematician from the Fringe agency, who argues that it's impossible for a human to orchestrate such a sequence of events. However, another similar bus accident occurs, leaving Acc𝔦dent stunned. The FBI agents rush to the scene and discover that the victims are alive. Witnesses report that a dog crossed the road, causing the bus to lose control. Olivia then notices a ballpoint pen rolling on the ground, indicating that the pattern isn't over. She sees Milo, a suspect, observing from an overhead bridge. As a man with earbuds steps into the street and is struck by an ambulance, Olivia confirms her suspicion and alerts her team. She pursues Milo, who, in response, calculates and throws a bicycle off the bridge. This action diverts a bus, which drives under the bridge. Olivia confronts Milo at gunpoint, but he jumps off the bridge, lands on the bus's roof, and escapes. After this event, Milo returns home to find his sister, Madeline, worried for him. She tells him that she has been getting numerous calls from the hospital, but he ignores her, She then tries to convince him to surrender, claiming that he has gone way too far. However, Milo anticipates her actions and completes her sentences, effectively silencing her. Not long after, Madeline shows him a small plastic horse toy, a reminder from their mother. This makes him feel uneasy, and he walks away, saying that it is irrelevant now. On the other hand, Agent Lee is taken to the hospital for his regular skin checkup. Before entering the burn chamber, he asks Olivia to focus on finding commonalities among the 3 victims. Heeding his instruction, Olivia returns to the headquarters and starts talking to the witnesses of the accidents. After a while of inspection, she discovers ties between the 3 victims and a medical center. All 3 of them were directly or indirectly related to this center. She shares her discovery with Charlie, and the 2 immediately head to this very medical center. Upon arriving there, Olivia notices that one set of patients is using the same ballpoint pens as they are unable to cope with digital devices. Later, they meet Dr. Levin, a chief doctor, who recognizes all 3 victims of the bus accidents. After briefing them with some details about the victims, Dr. Levin explains that they have been helping mentally challenged patients with experimental processes to boost their intelligence. He also shows them video footage of their patients in which Olivia spots Milo. Upon inquiring about him, Dr. Levin responds that he is one of their patients who also went through the same drug trial that boosted his IQ exponentially. He goes on to say that Milo was released from the hospital under the supervision of his sister, and that he was scheduled to return to reverse the experimental process. But now, he is not responding to their calls and is killing everyone who is trying to get control of him. After learning about Milo's sister, the FBI agents decide to visit her. Unbeknownst to them, Milo is keeping a close eye on Olivia, noting every single pattern of her movements and predicting her next move. Later on, Charlie and Olivia arrive at Milo's place, where they are greeted by Madeline. They ask her about Milo's whereabouts, but she claims to be unaware of it. Sensing that she is hiding something, the agents tell her about the crimes he has committed and how dangerous it is to let him roam free. While Charlie goes to investigate Milo's room, Olivia shares about her late sister, revealing how they used to care for one another. This comforts Madeline enough to share more details about her brother. She explains that Milo can predict the outcome of numerous events to the smallest detail, and that she can break Milo's concentration only by showing him the toy horse. Olivia eventually manages to persuade her to disclose anything she knows, emphasizing that they are concerned for civilians as well as Milo's safety. Madeline then hands her a note, revealing the location of the hotel that Milo is currently staying at. After this, Olivia and Charlie discuss plans with Acc𝔦dent on how to capture Milo. However, they soon realize that any plan would be futile because he can predict their every move. As a result, they opt to approach the hotel directly without any backup. In the meantime, Milo is seen in his hotel room, looking down through the window and envisioning scenarios that are going to happen in the next few minutes. With his ability, he predicts that Olivia and Charlie will arrive soon and that they will chase him. He also calculates that he can kill Olivia by luring her through a marked zone of a construction site where the air is too thin and crushing her under a load of cement bricks. Just like he predicted, the 2 FBI agents arrive at the hotel and find Milo waiting for them in the street. He then runs towards the construction site while the agents pursue him. Olivia, who is unaware of the warning signs for the thin air zone, races through it instead of stopping to put on a respirator. This makes Milo's calculation go wrong. In addition, she also dodges a pile of cement bricks which Milo assumed would crush her. The villain is shocked to witness his calculation going wrong and is ultimately caught by her. At this point, Olivia nearly asphyxiates herself due to a low level of oxygen. But thankfully, Charlie arrives in the nick of time and helps her with a breathing apparatus. In the aftermath of these events, Charlie asks Olivia why she did not stop to put on a respirator, to which she responds that she did not recognize the warning sign. Later on, Olivia brings Madeline to the hospital where Milo is seen interacting with a supercomputer. According to the doctor, the IQ-boosting drug has been in Milo's brain for too long, due to which they are unable to carry out the reversing process. Now, his mind has become so advanced that only machines can comprehend his thoughts. Saddened by this news, Madeline goes inside the room and leaves the toy horse in front of her brother. The same evening, Olivia is at her place when she experiences a vision of Peter, her boyfriend from another universe. He tells her that she does not belong to this universe. To back up his claim, he reminds her how her lack of knowledge regarding this universe saved her life earlier. According to him, she would have died if she knew the warn signs and stopped there. Peter encourages her to recalling her memories and kisses her before vanishing. Thank you. Please subscribe, leave a like, and comment.